Hey, welcome back to Inzarello Family Farm. You caught me in the kitchen again. So today we're going to be making a little bit of pesto. So we have our basil from our garden that we grew, and you can see there's quite a bit of it. So what we did was, to prepare this, we basically pinched all the leaves and washed them in a salad spinner and let them dry over the counter overnight. And now we're going to turn around and make pesto. So I don't put pine nuts, I don't put Parmesan cheese. This is how I do it. So this is what works for us. So we went ahead and peeled some garlic, as you can see here, and that was purchased. I did not grow garlic last year, so I want to be transparent. So we got that all cleaned up, ready to go. And so what we have already kind of started is we put a little bit of our basil in the blender, and then we took some garlic and put it in there with some olive oil until you get the consistency you're looking for. Almost like I guess I'll describe it as a paste. And then what we do is, once that's all done, we take and we put it in these ice trays. And so we'll spread it out in here, and I'll show you in a minute just kind of how I do it. And then we take these, put them in the freezer, and let them freeze. Doesn't take very long. And then when these are done, you end up with these little morsels here. So basically, it looks like that. So we'll crack them. The older generation, or the vintage youth, will remember ice cube trays. The younger folks probably haven't had the wonderful experience we had, always trying to break these up to get ice out of it back in the old days. But and then what we do is we take all of those and we'll put them in a Ziploc bag. So that's all we'll do, and then throw it in the freezer. So most of the time they don't freeze together. You can pull one out at a time, and you can take them and you can put them in like a pasta sauce. You can put them in a pizza sauce. Another recipe you can use them for would be to make a compound butter. And if you don't know what a compound butter is, it's simply just taking some butter, softening it, let those thaw out, let those become soft, stir it all together, take some cling wrap and put your butter mixture on the cling wrap, wrap it up, make like a almost like a sausage, and then freeze it. When that's done, you just take it out, and you can just simply cut little slices off of that, and it goes great on if you barbecue some chicken or you barbecue some steak. You just throw that right on the top, and it melts, and it's just pure goodness. So those are some things we do. And again, things are expensive. Not a news flash here. So anything we can do to reduce cost, and maybe help other folks out there that are looking to ways to still enjoy some good wholesome food and some good flavor, but still save on the cost of it. So I'm gonna show you real quick. I'm not gonna run this all through, because all you're gonna do is sit here and listen to a blender go, and that's not what you want to listen to for 10 minutes, I'm sure. So we're gonna throw a little bit in there. Garlic. How much garlic? Let your conscience be your guide. I don't believe in there's too much garlic, but so we'll throw that in there. And then we're gonna spin it round and round. And if you need to, add a little bit more olive oil until you get the consistency you're looking for. So we're pretty much there. I'll show you what the consistency looks like. Just like that. So almost like a paste. I could probably go a little bit more, but it ain't gonna matter. It'll work for us. So then back to the ice cube trays. All we're gonna do is simply just start filling them a little at a time. And what I found works well is, once you get them filled up, I'm trying to do this so you guys can see. We'll do one more here. Again, I'm not going to bore you with watching me fill ice cube trays. So what I like to do is I'll sit and I'll tap them to kind of just use the counter, whatever, you can use your hand. And it lays flat. So you want to add a little bit more, you can. And then these simply go in the freezer, like I said. And when they're done, you have perfectly shaped little pesto cubes. So then, like I said earlier too, we're gonna go and put it in the plastic bag and put them in the freezer. And then throughout the winter, when I cook, we'll pull them out. And then what we'll do, you know, whatever we're cooking, we'll add to. I like it, and you know, when it's snowy outside and -10 degrees, I do like to cook a little bit more, and it doesn't give me quite as much cabin fever as a lot of folks in these cold climates are familiar with, and it helps me reflect back on my year and get to enjoy the fruits of my labor. So, and this is a little bit labor intensive, but not too bad. You know, you get a couple good hauls like this, you're done for the year. It's not a ton of work. Set this right here. So again, olive oil, peeled garlic, basil, and you're just putting it in the blender and following the rest of the process I described, and you end up with a bunch of almost fresh pesto or frozen pesto for the rest of the year to enjoy how you see fit. So hopefully this helps a few folks. Again, you know, just another way to stretch $1 and still have that good quality food. Basil seeds are cheap, so you know, it doesn't take much space to grow these. So folks that are in an apartment that may have a balcony, you know, you could harvest multiple harvests off of you know, one planter, let's say, of basil, and you know, if you're limited on space. So you don't need a big, you know, 10-acre plot of land to do some basil like this. It's something that most folks can do. You can also do it indoors, especially if you have access to you know, good lighting, that kind of stuff, or you have grow lights in the winter. So you can, you know, do this in tiny small batches. We just choose to do it in larger batches because we have so much going on here. So I'm gonna finish this up and get these put away, but please like and subscribe and share. We would really appreciate it in growing our channel, growing some numbers, and we will continue to do a variety of different videos. It's, you know, we have a small, you know, farm here, but I enjoy cooking. I enjoy sharing, you know, tips that I can do. So if this stuff interests you, please make sure that you subscribe. Have a great day. Stay tuned for more.